Hello everyone, thank you for watching my channel. Today I'm going to discuss how I made this poster here. It says, "I'm more than a conqueror." This is the quote that I'm using. It is from the Bible. It says, "I am more than a conqueror." And I have drawn some trees and plants, and I've been inspired by this picture, which had the title of "The Power of Love," and I found it googling the word power, and then I draw the rays of the sun using the ruler, and there is a little stream running through this forest, and the plants. As for the plants, I was inspired by the backyard plant at home. These are the pictures I've taken, and I tried to draw something similar on the paper. So I started coloring from the sky. If you have watched my previous video, you know that my daughter had fever for many days, and she was absolutely exhausted after those days, and she couldn't do anything. She was like a rag doll. So each time I saw her, I felt powerless, and I could feel the depression creeping onto my soul. And I decided to lift myself up. And I chose this quote to have some power. And it was really a good quote, because actually the context of the verse is talking about the natural disasters or wars or persecution, extreme poverty, malnutrition. And in the midst of all these troubles, I can be more than a conqueror through God who loves me. So I thought, this is a beautiful verse that can give me power, and I started drawing this poster. I was inspired to draw the hands, and I used my own hands as a reference. And I'm so glad I discovered this method. In the past, hands were the most difficult things to draw for me when I was in school. So I'm using pencils. When they're watered, they look like watercolor, but they're just pencils, color pencils. I'm making these videos not only for myself, but for anyone who has had experienced pain. Women are very emotional, and I discovered that I have experienced pain which is similar to that women experience when they have had miscarriage or abortion, or when they have lost their child in their young age, or even at older age. Still, it's very, very painful. So I can sympathize with that pain, because I have gone through the loss of health of my child, and each time when she's sick, I feel very acutely what she had lost and what I had lost, and it easily overwhelms me if I'm not careful. So that's why I decided to keep something which will lift me up and keep it in front of my eyes. So this is the poster I have done, and you see how the water really gives life to this pencil drawing. And it is such a beautiful process when you create something out of nothing, and your creation is used to lift you up. Recently, I heard this wonderful definition of fear: the false evidence appearing real. So, depression is like a twin sister to fear. So many things that appear real are not really real. That's why it's very important to distinguish what is true and what is not true. So many good things can become true if we want them, such as I am more than a conqueror. By constantly reminding myself who I am, I can make sure that this becomes true in my life. In case if you are wondering where is my daughter at the moment, when I was drawing, she was in her hyperbaric chamber. It is a treatment that we are administering to her at home. She goes into this chamber where the atmospheric pressure is increased, and that allows her to breathe more oxygen. In the normal atmospheric pressure, her body is saturated with oxygen. But in hyperbaric conditions, her body receives more oxygen. So this is a picture of the chamber. And now I'm moving on to the picture where the forest is watered and appears so much brighter. It was such a fun. Just apply some water and see how things transform in front of my very own eyes. Especially I really liked drawing my own hands. They appear so realistic, and I want to show a close-up because I enjoyed this process so much. I wanted to share it with you. So just adding some water into this pencil drawing, it transforms. Now I'm going to move to draw the sunshine. And drawing the sunshine with a yellow pencil, I was able to create a very bright background for my letters. And because my letters are going to be black, it will look really nice against such bright yellow background. So now what is left is the letters. I'm going to use a gel pen and I'm going to trace the letters that I have written using a pencil. And the words say that I am more than a conqueror through God who loves me. Lots of things in our life are the results of our choice. The same applies to social media. If we choose so, it is such a great place to learn something new, to stay in touch with friends, and to meet new people. It represents the wonderful and awesome world that we are living in. Every day is a fresh beginning, a fresh new gift. It is like an empty page waiting for me to create something wonderful which will reflect who I am. The quote that I have used is Romans 8:37, and the final result is this poster to remind me that I am more than a conqueror.